Good day, everyone. Welcome to day 10 of our self-discipline habits step-by-step program. Today's topic is a critical aspect of self-discipline, setting deadlines for tasks and projects. Whether you are managing your time, organizing your workload, or striving to meet goals, deadlines play a pivotal role in maintaining productivity and achieving success. Deadlines are not just dates on a calendar. They are powerful tools that can transform your approach to work. They drive focus, create a sense of urgency, and help you prioritize your tasks. By the end of this session, you will not only understand why setting deadlines is essential, but you will also equipped with practical strategies to set effective deadlines for your tasks and projects. Why deadline matters. Yes. Let's start by understanding the importance of deadlines. Deadlines serve several vital functions. One, prioritize tasks. By assigning deadlines, you can identify which tasks require immediate attention and which can be delegated or postponed. Number two, focus and direction. Deadlines provide a clear target to aim for. They keep you focused on what's important and ensure that you don't drift aimlessly from one task to another without making meaningful progress. Number three, time management. By setting deadlines, you allocate specific time frames for your tasks. This helps you manage your time better, avoiding last minute rules and reducing stress. Number four, motivation and accountability. Deadlines create a sense of urgency, which can be highly motivating. Knowing that a deadline is approaching pulses you to stay on track and prevents procrastination. Number five, productivity and efficiency. With a deadline in place, you are most likely to prioritize tasks effectively and work more efficiently. You begin to value your time and make the most of it. Number six, reduce procrastination. The looming deadline can discourage procrastination as you will feel compelled to complete the task before the due date. Number seven, goal achievement. Deadlines are essential in the goal setting process. They break down larger goals into manageable tasks, each with an own deadline, leading your step by step towards your ultimate objective. Let's look at some of the practical examples of setting deadline. For a project management point of view, imagine you are tasked with completing a major project at work. Without deadlines, the project could drag on indefinitely, leading to missed opportunities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you can break it down into smaller and more manageable tasks and set deadlines for each. For example, task 1, research and gather necessary information. Deadline within a week. Task number 2, develop a project plan. Deadline maximum 2 weeks. Task number 3, complete the first draft. Deadline 4th week. Task number 4, gather feedback and make revisions. Deadline week number 5. Task number 5, finalize the project and submit. Deadline 6 weeks. The total task project should be completed within 6 weeks. When you have this breakdown and the deadlines for each of these tasks and subtasks, we can focus and make sure it is completed. These deadlines keep the team focused and ensure timely progress and ultimately lead to a successful campaign launch. Let's look at some other examples. Personal tasks. You have decided to write a book, but without a clear deadline, your progress is slow and you find yourself procrastinating. Set a deadline for completing each chapter. For instance, give yourselves 2 weeks to write the first chapter and a week for subsequent chapters. You could also set a final deadline for completing the entire manuscript in 6 months. Outcome, having chapter deadlines keeps you on track, and the final manuscript deadline ensures you reach your goal within a reasonable time frame. Let's look one more example, fitness goal, which is most common among many people. You aim to run a marathon, but without specific deadlines, your training lacks consistency. Create a training plan with deadlines. For example, set a goal to run 5 kilometers comfortably by the end of first month, 10 kilometers by the end of second month, and so on, leading up to the marathon. Outcome, these deadlines give structure to your training and keep you motivated, increasing your chances of success on marathon day. Let's look at some of the steps of setting up effective deadlines. Now that we have seen why deadlines matter and how they can be applied, let's delve into the steps for setting effective deadlines. 1. Be realistic. Your deadline should be challenging yet achievable. Setting an overly ambitious deadline can lead to frustration, while a too lenient deadline might result in procrastination. Consider the complexity of the task, your current workload, and other commitments when setting your deadlines. Number two, break down large tasks. For complex projects, break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks, each with its own deadline. The approach helps prevent overwhelm and makes the overall goal even more attainable. Use the SMART criteria. We have dealt with this in our week one session. SMART criteria. Ensure that your deadline are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. This will help you stay focused and motivated. Specific when I say clearly define what needs to be done by the deadline. Measurable, determine how you will measure the success. Achievable, make sure the deadline is within your capabilities. Relevant, the deadline should align with your broader goals. Time bound, set a specific time frame for completion. Number four, consider buffer time. While it is important to set challenging deadlines, it's also wise to include some buffer time to account for unexpected delays or obstacles. This ensures that you can still meet your deadlines even if things don't go exactly as planned. 5. Communicate deadlines clearly. If you are working with a team, make sure everyone understands the deadlines and their importance. Clearly communicate or clear communication helps align the team's effort and ensures that everyone is working towards the same goal. Number 6, monitor progress. Regularly check your progress against the deadline. If you're falling behind, reassess and adjust your plan if necessary. This might involve redistribution of tasks, seeking additional resources, or adjusting the deadline itself. Number 7, celebrate milestones. When you meet a deadline, especially for a significant task or a project, take a moment to celebrate your achievement. This reinforces positive behavior and motivates you to tackle the next deadline with confidence. Let me share some tips on setting the deadlines for different types of tasks. Let's look at project deadline. If you are managing a project with multiple deliverables, create a project timeline and assign deadlines with each phase or milestone. Daily tasks. Break down your daily tasks into smaller and more manageable subtasks and assign deadlines to each subtask. For example, if you need to write a report, you might set deadlines for research, outlining, drafting, and editing. Finally, goal setting. When setting personal or professional goals, establish specific deadlines to make your goals more concrete and achievable. Setting deadlines is not just a habit, it's a discipline that can transform the way you work and achieve your goals. By understanding the importance of deadlines, learning how to set them effectively, and applying these skills in real life scenarios, you are well on your way to enhancing your productivity and self-discipline. Let's look at today's assignment on this topic. 1. Identify your top priorities. List your most important tasks or projects for the next week. Number 2. Set deadline. Assign specific deadlines to each task, ensuring that they are realistic and challenging. Number 3. Create a visual schedule. Use a calendar or a task management tool to visualize your deadlines and track your progress. Number 4. Reflect on your deadlines. At the end of the week, evaluate how well you adhere to your deadlines and identify any areas for improvement. I hope you have understood, and I want you to go through this video once again to reinforce this habit of setting the deadlines. I invite you to share your experience in implementing this habit in your lifestyle in the comments below. Thank you for joining today's session on setting deadlines for your tasks. Have a great day.